All right, I went back to the bigger screen for our final null value topic, and this is going to be on dates. So this is kind of like its own topic, you could say, and we'll look at a couple quick approaches, but you've got to treat dates a little differently. So, you know, if I want to see the columns, is it, yeah, df.columns. I'm not sure if I need parentheses, might be an attribute. And what this does, it just shows me a list of the columns. Okay, so that's how you do it. Show column names. And I wanted to do that to get the column of the date name. Okay, and I could have done df.head as well. And I can see it's dte.day. Now, if I want to get the type, show type of date column, then I can put in certainly type, right? Type is universal Python. And I can put in df. We can try our new dot, right? dt, there it is, dte day. So you can see the dot shows you more options too. The quotes will show you less. And it shows that it is a pandas series. That's not really what I was looking for. I was looking for that it's an object. Let me show you what I mean. If I type in df.info, I need to adjust the type there. The D type, I think, yeah, I think we want to put in the D type. But it shows it right here. It's an object, okay? Like a pandas series is an individual column, but those also have their own types, and they're shown right here. That's not what you want for a date column. You want it to be an actual date, like it's an actual type. And the issue with that is that if it's, what it's doing when you see object here is it's showing as a string. And you can extract like months and years and things like that that you want to typically do with date columns. So let me show you first what we're going to do is convert date call to an actual date time object. You could say date time type. So here you go. Access the column name. It's D, there you go. Date day. And I want to do the following. I want to switch it to, looking at my code over here, equals PD, it's a pandas method, dot toDateTime, okay? And then you just put it in there. It's the same column. And there's something else you can do that can be helpful. Well, let's actually do this first and see if it works. Sometimes you have to do some additions here. You know, I guess for the long way we could try df.info again, and you can see that it actually has been converted to a date time. Okay, so we're not going to worry about the additions right now. Just note that if things ever don't work, you can try different things like coercing errors, and you can always look these things up too by typing in code and checking out Stack Overflow. Okay, but it was changed. And why did I do that? Well, because I want to show you kind of a cool way to change it. Well, if you look at like, let's just look at, let me show you to look at the last 5 rows. df.tail will actually show you last 5 rows, okay? Kind of cool. So show last 5 rows. And when you do that, you can see that the months are here. Now, when you look at it, it's clear that, oh, this should be 2012. But let's say that your month column, one of two things. You could say it's not there or it has a bunch of missing values. How can you go back and extract the month? Well, there are pandas methods to do this because, you know, it's first thing you got to do is import date time. Do this with me. And that is a straight import date time as DT. And now what you're going to do is, this is a way to change the null value, okay? So basically what we're going to do is change month null values by extracting correct month. So it's not actually a replace. It's actually just a simple, like, we're going to redefine month here. So basically you redefine month, because that's certainly what it should be defined from. Okay, this could potentially correct another error. So we just write df month. That's MNTH. There it is, press enter. And I want to change it to the following. It's df month. Same thing. No, sorry. I want to use the date column, which is DTEDAY, okay? And I want to extract the month, okay? And that uses .dt. Sorry, date time is usually DT. And .month. Okay? That should do it. And we can always like do a check. For instance, was it just the last row? We could just check. Suppose I'll be honest, I like to experiment and try code. So like, let's just try last 2 rows. I want to see if something works for that. Will this work? df.tail 2. Because if you do df.head 10, it'll show the first 10 rows. All right, maybe we'll do something different at the end there. And now it does show the last 2 rows, and you can see that the month column has been corrected. All that remains is the year. Now, you must be careful, because if you extract the year from the date column, it will be incorrect. Month has not been normalized, and year has been normalized. Okay, this is not ideal. Right, it's year 1, not year 2012. Okay, so they started counting maybe at 2011, and whatever, we see what it is. Let's just go in and fix it as is. So this is going to be another, we're not going to use a null replacement. We're going to change null entry in year column. We see what it should be. Let's just fix it. So it's df, and I want to use the dot lock, okay? The row is 730. Note it's the index. And the column is year. And I want to set that equal to 1. Whatever, I'll use 1.0, that's what they have. Keep it all floats. And press Shift Enter. And finally, I can check the last row. df.tail1, show the last row. You can go higher than 5. You can put in any number there. It's been corrected. And finally, let's check df.isNA .sum. I get 0. Hopefully you got 0 too. The null values have been cleaned. This is like an initiation. So if you made it through all of those null values with the coding notebook that works, you are ready to proceed for the machine learning masterclass. To prepare data for machine learning, it's really just 2 things: cleaning null values and transforming all data into numerical columns. Okay, so great job getting started. Keep up the good work.